Immigration seems to be a hot issue. I've addressed several candidates on this. We're not going to send 15 million people back to Mexico. How do you plan on dealing with that? I mean, these people are part of our economy now, and we're not going to send them back. I mean, we can't even control the borders, let alone send them all back.
Here's the way we deal with it. It's my second commitment. It's the one that I am pretty close to the most confident I can do, because it fits into the things that I've done before. The goal in ending illegal immigration is to change human behavior. We have to change behavior, the way people act. So what we have to do is begin by saying there's going to be a new rule, a new way of looking at things. To come into the United States, you have to identify yourself. Now, that is what every other country does, right? If we travel to a foreign country, we have to identify ourselves. Yet in the United States of America, we allow people to come in the hundreds, in the thousands, in the hundreds of thousands, and now it turns out to be the millions. They don't identify themselves. So we have to have people identify themselves. It isn't because we want to close ourselves down. It isn't because we don't want to accept people. It's because that is a sensible thing to do in light of the terrorism that we face, drug dealing that we face, possible criminal behavior, and finally, because we don't do anybody a favor in letting them sneak into the United States. We're living the life of an illegal immigrant, even for one who doesn't fit in the category of being a drug dealer or a bad person, just somebody who wants to work. It's a horrible life. So we stop it right on the border. We change behavior right on the border. We would deploy a fence, physical but mostly technological. Think of first the 2,000-mile southern border before we get to the northern border. We build a fence along that border with camera equipment, heat-seeking equipment, motion detection equipment. The idea of it would be to alert the Border Patrol to people approaching the border. Deploy the Border Patrol every 50 miles along that border and have them respond to the alerts they get from that equipment. Then have a border stat system to help them strategically figure out where to place themselves based on prior experience. This is the way I reduce crime in New York. And have the Border Patrol there waiting for people before they get in. And stop them. Send them back. And keep doing that consistently. And for every time you have to do it, do it. For a year, 2 years, 3 years. Then set up a tamper-proof ID card. And say, if you want to come in, you can't come in illegally. But we're not going to let you in illegally. You can't come in without identifying yourself. But there is a way to come in if you want to come in the United States. The right way. You go, get your picture taken, get fingerprinted, get identified, and get a tamper-proof card. Now you can come in the United States. We'd love to have you. You can come on in. You're coming in openly. You're coming in legally. We know who you are. You know who we are. You can work. If you work, you pay taxes. You pay your fair share. If you work, you can have a future here if you want it. If you don't, you can go back. Up to you. We're a free country. We're a country that needs help. We're a country that needs workers. Your question indicates that. We do. We're going to need workers not just now. We need it for the future. We shouldn't close ourselves off to the rest of the world. We should open ourselves up to the rest of the world. Except we have to say it's got to be done differently in the future. It's got to be done legally. And then, if people want to become citizens who come here that way, well, they have to follow all the requirements, follow the law, follow the rules, wait their time, wait their turn appropriately, and then when they want to become citizens, they have to be able to read English, write English, speak English. So we can have assimilation go along with immigration. And that's the way it's written down. And that's the way I have a healthy system. Healthy for America, healthy for the immigrant coming to America, and immigration as we know it in America, which is coming here for the purpose of assimilating and making us better with your traditions and your background and maybe your different way of looking at things, but also making us unified because we all come together as Americans. We can do this. I know we can do it. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard, but it is not impossible to do it.
But what about the 15 million that are
Okay.
ready? You didn't address.
Yes, I did. They get a car.
They get a card.
They get a card. Once but it's very, very important, to end illegal immigration before you can solve their problem. Because you can't solve their problem if you don't end illegal immigration. For this reason, if you try to solve it before you end illegal immigration, then 15 million becomes 20 million. And then 20 million becomes 25 million. And maybe then you fix it. Some people think it's 12, some think it's 15. So let's say 15. Let's say you found a solution for the 15 million. If you didn't end illegal immigration, you'd have another 15 million in 5 or 10 years. It's just running away with it. So you got to first end illegal immigration. You have to stop it at the border. You have to have secure borders. You have to set up a tamper-proof ID card. It has to work on the border. Then you can take that system and you can apply it to the 15 million people here. And you can say to the 15 million people here, get fingerprinted, get photographed, pay your taxes. The people that come forward, you put into a system. You do not let them get ahead of legal people. They should get no advantages over anybody here legally. That would be wrong. If they want to become citizens somewhere down the road, they got to follow all the rules. They got to pay fines, so they don't have amnesty. And then they're going to have to end up being able to show they read English, write English, speak English. And then the people who don't come forward, well, some of them will go home when you set up a system like this, so you'll cut the number down. And then you'll probably have a number that you could deploy, a number that does fit into what we actually can accomplish. Because the ones that ultimately don't have the card, you have to throw out of the United States. And while we're doing all this, there is a priority in our deportation. And they should go right to the head of the list. And they don't. And they didn't when I was mayor of New York. And it was frustrating. Any illegal immigrant here who commits a crime should go to the front of the list and should be thrown out of the country. What they're ultimately trying to do is to put a policy in place that has to take place in stages that separates the good from the bad, with a recognition that life is more complicated than a lot of these politicians make it when they oversimplify this.